All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to episode 3 of our Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3 Heart Run. Give me a second. There we go. Okay. Hell yeah. Let's hop in. I'm gonna get chat open here. It's been a long time. We're pretty much just gonna be doing the forest temple today, I think. Here we are. Yeah, we got the song that we need to fast travel here from Saria. Yeah, this is the collector's edition, Franklin. Damn straight it is. Oh shit. Whoa, these are climbing vines. There's gotta be something up there, right? I emulated it. I'll never give Nintendo $1 of my money again. Fucking scummy ass, shitty ass company. Okay, we've got a gold Skulltula. There's something over there. Okay. What is it? Whoa, there's a small key up here? No way. Bro, if I didn't find that, like, we would have been fucking lost after a while. We wouldn't have known what the fuck to do. That's crazy. It's because right here, it doesn't even seem like you're actually in the dungeon yet, right? That's crazy. That's fucking insane. Oh, Nintendo's just horrible, buddy. Did you hear what they did to Pal World? I'll tell you. If you haven't heard what they did to Pal World, I'll tell you all about it. And there's other things too that I can list. I have many reasons not to like Nintendo. What's that, Etienne? Are you talking like Nintendo Entertainment System or Majora's Mask? All right, let's pick a direction. Any direction. We have a key for this door. Let's go here first. Oh, A Link to the Past? I never played that one myself. Yeah, I heard a lot about it though. People seem to love it. Okay, well, this game came out called Pal World, and Pal World was a lot like Pokemon. You essentially capture creatures, and you make them fight for you. They help you build your base. Nintendo, after Pal World came out, it became hugely successful. You might not know this, I don't know, but Pal World was one of the most successful games a couple of years ago. It was topping Steam charts, it made hundreds of millions of dollars, everybody was playing it, it was all the rage. You know how Schedule 1 is like this year's best game in terms of Steam sales and player numbers? Well, Pal World was Schedule 1 a few years ago. It was like the biggest game on Steam. Nintendo, after it saw Pal World's success, filed patents for game mechanics and then sued Palworld for infringing upon those patents. So basically, after Nintendo saw that Palworld was well received, Nintendo created patents which it then used to target Palworld for lawsuits, right? That's horrible. And Nintendo also, in the early days of YouTube Let's Plays, like when people used to make videos about playing games, Nintendo would actually take their videos down, take their revenue aggressively. They hated the fact that people were playing their games on YouTube. And on top of that, if you have a Switch, a Nintendo Switch, you can buy something that lets you play old Nintendo 64 games, but you have to pay $120 to get it. And you have to buy it for an entire year. Basically, you have to get a subscription for 12 months. They don't offer any other subscription options. There's not 1 month, there's not 2 months, there's not 3 months. All you can get if you want to play Nintendo 64 games on the Switch is 12 months. So they basically capitalize on people's nostalgia by forcing them to pay an exorbitant amount of money for that nostalgia, for the ability to play Nintendo 64 games. That's not necessarily true, old fart. Remember, Palworld is a Japanese game and Nintendo is a Japanese company, so they're going to be facing each other in Japanese courts. And Japanese courts are very favorable to Nintendo. They always have been. It's not a right or wrong thing. There's a quote that I'd like to tell you, old fart, that's always relevant, and you should always remember it. Courtrooms and trials aren't about the truth. They're about what you can prove, because the two are not the same thing, right? Yeah, but Franklin, you might pay a tremendous amount of money for that, right? I'd rather just fucking emulate it, honestly. There are arrows painted on the floor. Okay. Huh. Okay. Yeah, Nintendo is anti-consumer, anti-competition. They're a horrible fucking company, man. Their reputation's in the dirt now, and rightfully so. They don't deserve anybody's money. And the problem is, Nintendo, they only market their games to kids, and kids are gullible, right? Kids ask mom and dad for money. That's why Nintendo has all these predatory practices, like the mandatory 12-month subscription for the Nintendo package that comes with Nintendo 64 games, right? Basically, Nintendo stopped marketing to the millennials that built them, right? A lot of us, a lot of millennials, and some Gen Xers kind of contributed to Nintendo's rise by buying the Super Nintendos, buying the Nintendo Entertainment System, buying the Nintendo 64, buying the GameCube, etc. But they no longer make games for us. They're making games for kids because they can target those kids better with predatory business practices. They've all but given up completely on the adults who made their games relevant. What is this? Well, hang on. Let's go the other way first. What is this? Okay, so I have to push that from the back. So we're gonna have to go back around. Let's go back around. I was on the right track. I just have to keep doing what I was doing. Yeah, they can brick your Switch, yeah. They wrote it in the contract. Yeah, and Etienne, there's actually apparently Pokemon was created. It derived a lot of quote-unquote inspiration from something that already existed called Dragon Quest. Apparently, if you look up Dragon Quest, you'll see a shitload of creatures that look like Pokemon. Or some, I think it was called Dragon Quest. I'm not sure. I don't remember the exact video, right? Where I heard that. Wait, where are we? I have to go up the ladder, right? Yeah, up the ladder. Where the hell was that brown block that we found? I have no idea. I don't know. Oh, here it is. Okay. Hello, Delta Ray. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing? All right, now we have to go the other way. Oh, NVIDIA too. Yeah, I've heard horrible things about NVIDIA. I don't know the details of NVIDIA's corruption as well as I know Nintendo's, but yeah, I've heard bad things. And apparently the 40 and 50 series graphics cards, they're not even better, like, they're not better in terms of hardware. They basically just have a software upgrade where they're more open to using AI. Oh, shit. Shit. Ah! All right, we got it. Okay, it looks like I might actually need the bow to get through here. So we're gonna have to come back later. I hope that these puzzles remain completed. It would suck to have to come back here again, like, later, you know? Oh yeah, Pfizer, BlackRock, and Monsanto. Good call. What, you don't like GMO corn? And Roundup. Yeah. Yeah. BlackRock is that company with like trillions of dollars who basically rules the world, right?
Oh, they're buying up the...
Yeah. Buying up all the real estate in the world, ramping up inflation, trying to usher in the one world government, the World Economic Forum. Okay. Hang on. Can't I grapple onto that? No? Here we go. We got something over here. Oh no, no, no. Nintendo totally deserves it. Like straight up. That's gonna be hard to get through. I can't really reach it. God damn. Maybe I can lure him down here or something. Yeah, come on down here. Am I supposed to like try to get past him? Come on. All right, let's just try to wide berth. Ha! What a noob. All right. What is this? We're doing okay, Delta Ray. We're doing okay. We're talking about corporate corruption. Okay. Yo, this place is fucking beautiful. Anyway, I think I can hook shot over there. Can't I? No, I would probably need like the long shot, right? No, I can do it. Okay. I could use some fucking heals. The reason why Nintendo deserves your hatred, old fart, and I use that word accurately. I know hatred's a strong word, but the way that they went after Pal World, when you cripple competition, you cripple innovation. Nintendo doesn't want competitors. It doesn't want people to improve upon its existing formulas for the sake of us, the gamers who enjoy the products. If we want better games, then we can't have anti-competition practices, because ultimately it's that healthy competition that raises the bar and makes games better. Pal World improved on every system in Pokemon, right? And Nintendo shutting it down is bad for us, the consumers, right? If we want better games, then Nintendo is fighting against that. And it's wielding its litigation power like a kid that found his dad's gun. What's this? Okay, we found a key. Okay. We found another key, so maybe I could go back to that other area. Yeah, let's go check it out. I agree, Undead. I've heard that that this Lord of the Rings game, this Battle for Middle Earth or whatever, had a really awesome system called the Nemesis system, but they patented it, and no other games have been allowed to use it because of that. And apparently it's a damn tragedy because everyone who plays it says it was the greatest system ever, and other games could benefit from it. Well, sure, old fart. Just separate the art from the artist, right? Like, Terminator 2 will always be one of my favorite movies, but Arnold Schwarzenegger's a fuck who said fuck your freedoms during the pandemic. And in that same vein, you can, you know, Final Fantasy can be your favorite game, and Nintendo can be a company that you hold in disdain because their business practices are scummy. Yeah. Okay, let's use the key. Oh, what the fuck is this? This corridor is all twisted. Yeah, twisted metal. Oh, we should play some twisted metal on the channel. Fuck yeah. Shit, those grabby hands. Right? Bro, I need another key. All right, let's go somewhere else then. Wait, what's up here? Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna need another key in order to progress through here. Well, yeah, but old fart, other companies should have a right to use that mechanic. And yeah, that's exactly, Franklin. It was a retroactive patent infringement. They literally created this patent so that they could go after Palworld. It wasn't that Palworld infringed upon an existing thing. It's that they created something that they could attack Palworld with on purpose after the fact. The problem with copyright patents is that it kind of gatekeeps things. Like, patenting game mechanics is ridiculous, because then you can just completely gatekeep the mechanics and make it so that other games, other developers can't have them. Alright, so I think this is the entrance to the place. Let's just go double check. Yeah, this is the entrance. Yeah, but old fart, that's not how it happened. They created patents and then sued Palworld for using them after Palworld had already, like, they created them after Palworld was already using them. It's what they did. Oh, here we go. What's this? Oh, shit. Oh, wow. He just raffle stomped me. Okay. Yeah, but that's just it, old fart. Like, I don't know. It's really weird to see you defend fucking patenting game mechanics. In the gaming community, it's considered the dirtiest of the dirty, but it must just be your age. Like, well, no, it's old world thinking, because it limits innovation. The thing is, what if somebody can use that mechanic better, right? Like, the thing is, what about the guy who invented the fucking light bulb? What's a headlight in a car? A headlight is a light bulb. So should cars not be allowed to have headlights? It just doesn't make sense when you put it under scrutiny.
It could go both ways, right? Either nobody would develop anything new, or everybody would just copy all the same stuff that have already worked, or they would take the mechanic and then build upon it and way better. It can go both ways. You'll never know because it can't go the way of information because it happens. Sad.
Okay, we got one. Oh shit. Yeah, don't press L. If you stop targeting, you're screwed. Jesus. Well, yeah, but China is also a fucking booming country who, like, all the products that we buy are from China. Because the simple truth is, they're selling us the same stuff at better prices. That's the thing, right? If China was so bad, we wouldn't buy everything that they're selling. It's not the same, old fart. It's not the same, okay? And I'll explain why it's not the same. Using the painting analogy is not the same because every painter uses paint in the same way that every game has mechanics, okay? Infringing upon an intellectual property should be like nobody else is allowed to make a Zelda game. Nintendo owns Zelda, so nobody else can make a Zelda game. But to patent the mechanics of a game is no different than patenting a color of paint. Okay, that's like if someone said nobody else can use blue paint. Plain and simple.
Paint flowers the way that these flowers are.
Yeah. Or like saying nobody else can paint flowers the way that these flowers are painted. It's different. I think that patents on game mechanics are a bad idea all across the board because it limits innovation from other development studios. It's kind of like, just imagine if Ford created the car and then he patented the car so that nobody else could make any cars, right? So that there were no other car companies in the world. That is exactly what it is when you patent game mechanics.
Imagine if 7 Days to Die patented having a zombie game that also has hunger and thirst.
Yeah, good point. Imagine if the Fun Pims patented having a zombie game with hunger and thirst. So you could no longer have hunger and thirst in zombie games. It's retarded. It doesn't, when you put it under scrutiny, it can't stand. There's no possible way for anybody to justify it. It can't be justified. It is the same, old fart. It is. Every single game is made up of mechanics in the same way that every single painting is made up of paint. Right? It's the same fucking thing.
Well, there is such a thing as if you take somebody's painting and you copy it down to all the minuscule details, you can be sued.
Yeah, but if you change little details, yeah.
Well, you have to change enough of the details to make it your own, and then no one can sue.
Yeah, exactly. Zuzi said that, like, when you copy somebody's painting inch by inch, then you can be sued for that. But if you copy their concept and you change enough to make it your own, then it can't be an infringement of the patent. And using a game mechanic, but using it differently in a different world to meet a different end should not be an infringement, in the same way that getting inspired by somebody's painting concept and then doing something similar but not exact should not be a fucking infringement on that either. Well, you told me I can't generalize a specific argument, but what you did by introducing the concept of Susanna's paintings was generalize a specific argument. All I did was deliver a rebuttal. You drew a parallel, so I drew a parallel within your parallel. That's like saying nobody should be allowed to fly an airplane because we didn't invent airplanes, you know? I didn't contribute anything to the development of a car, yet I'm still allowed to drive a car. And it's like, if somebody... Also consider the fact that people made electric cars using the blueprint of a car. Just imagine if Ford patented a car so that nobody else could make a car. And then that means Tesla can't make electric vehicles. They're not allowed to make something that resembles a car, right? Like that's the same thing. What Nintendo did to Palworld is the equivalent of Ford creating a patent after an electric car already exists, and that patent, they sue Tesla with it, saying you're not allowed to make a box with 4 wheels because we already made a box with 4 wheels. It's the same thing. It's the same fucking thing. And copyright law, all it serves, the only purpose it serves is limiting innovation and stifling competition. It's an anti-competition thing.
It can serve a purpose when it's used in good faith. So if someone copies your work exactly, you can sue them because that's obviously wrong. But if they deliver enough change to what they did, then it should. started raking in a lot of money.
Yeah. Oh shit. Well, good start, good start. Okay. Oh, shit. Shit, they can actually hit through your block sometimes. What? Oh god, I have to beat them both at the same time. Okay. They have to both be dead at once, otherwise it doesn't work. All right, now, quick. Nice, we got it. Okay. Yeah, but you know how you get that profit, old fart? You don't privatize a technology so that you're the only one who can produce it. You simply innovate enough that people want your iteration more than the other iteration. The problem with this is that Nintendo doesn't need to innovate because they're swinging the ban hammer at everybody who tries to become a competitor. They're literally shutting them down in their infancy. It's like fucking aborting a baby because you don't want it to rise up and defeat you one day. Right? Like, it's ridiculous. If you want more business, offer the better product, but you at a better price, but you don't accomplish that, at least you shouldn't be able to accomplish that by metaphorically aborting the baby of somebody else's product. All right, we have the bow. At long last, we have it.
Literally shut down Palworld.
Oh, they probably will if they can.
Well, no, they won't. Palworld changed enough, and I think the game is safe now. Unless Nintendo eventually decides that they don't like the designs of the PALs and try to make them change the PAL designs too.
Yeah. Well, no, because Nintendo copied a lot of their designs from Dragon Quest, so.
Well, that's the thing. Nothing's really original. Everything's somehow a copy of something that came before. People get inspired.
Well, God, just imagine if the first company to ever make a video game patented the concept of a video game.
Yeah, that would have been a very quick end.
I'll bet Nintendo wouldn't have liked that, because they weren't the first.
Imagine if a game patented riding a horse.
Yeah.
And then no other game can.
Actually, fun fact, Nintendo did patent wielding a weapon while riding a horse with Twilight Princess. They did patent that. Yeah.
Well, that patent must have expired or something, because I'm The Witcher.
Well, I'm sure there's specifics. There's specifics.
And they would have to decide to use that
Yeah, but honestly, old fart, Susanna's dad grew up in socialism, and there's very few reasons to hate it.
Go easy.
There are reasons to hate it, but at the same time, you see the rampant corruption in capitalism too. And in fact, I would argue that patent laws where you can stifle innovative competition is a byproduct of capitalism that is a net negative. Everybody who produces something should fear being outdone and outclassed by a competitor in the market. And patent laws protect them from that. It allows complacency in the face of innovation. It allows people to get lazy and no longer improve upon their products, no longer seek to offer low... Like, it allows monopolization, which essentially allows people to reduce their quality. Yeah, they didn't grow up in socialism. They experienced it for a few years. Okay, we got the compass, but there's still a locked door here, and I can't get past it. However, there is another one of these bosses that I can defeat over here. And we're not forcing everyone to share what they create, old fart. Like, one developer can't profit off the game that another developer made. But one developer should not have the power to ban another developer from using a mechanic. Imagine if somebody, okay, old fart, what you're advocating for is for the fun pimps to basically say, hunger is our game mechanic, you can't have hunger in your game. That's exactly what you're advocating for. I don't think you see that. It doesn't matter where it started. What matters is where it is now. It's being weaponized by large corporations, namely Nintendo, against smaller corporations, namely whoever the hell made Palworld. It doesn't matter how it started. What matters is how is it being used now? How is it being abused by powerful corporations now?
Nintendo is a large corporation that is going after a smaller...
Nintendo is literally a large corporation with powerful backing that is bullying a small developing studio into submission through copyright law. So like, it doesn't matter how it started. Gotta find a way to shoot this thing. Okay. Yeah.
I was wondering, so Weasley's still not Weasley's still isn't back, and there's big walls. When you're driving.
I guess, yeah, once I'm done here. Yes, old fart. But what I'm saying is that Pokemon games have only gotten worse and have not gotten better for like the past 10 years. A competitor would light a fire under Nintendo's ass to actually innovate, actually improve. It's common knowledge that Pokemon games are really falling off. They have been for a long fucking time. And then the moment a competitor actually comes up who can contend and who will give us, the players, what we want, like the moment that competitor appears, Nintendo can shut them down and you're just all right with that? Like, you seem to me like a guy who, you care more about the corporation than the consumer. You think that Nintendo should have the right to shut down the Palworld devs, even though all those devs want to do is give us the experience that Nintendo won't give us because it refuses to innovate. It's weird, bro. It's fucking weird. I've never seen such like a pro-corporation stance where you're like, please oppress me, please make things worse, please get complacent and keep technology limited, please stop innovating for the sake of the customer. Please shut down competition. It's weird, buddy. It's weird. And like I said before, it's an ages showing situation. It's backwards. It's really backwards. It's definitely okay to disagree. The point is, if Palworld does it better, then good. Nintendo shouldn't have the right to shut it down. Nintendo should instead be forced to contend in the marketplace with Palworld as an equal. That's it. Okay, we got the key. Now we have to backtrack. This is new. Okay. Got it. Shit, I need another key? God damn. Oh, but you know what? Now I can actually shoot those eyeball icons as well. Yeah, we have to shoot those eyeballs, which means we have to backtrack a bit. Maybe I should start using that green spell that lets you teleport around the dungeon at will. In fact, let's put it right here, so I have it for later. Yeah, but you're not copying someone else's product. You're copying like a component of it. Okay? One person painting a tree shouldn't mean that you're not allowed to paint a tree in your painting. And I would argue that that's what a game mechanic is. There was another one of those. Hang on. Down there. Yeah, right there. What is that? Arrows. They didn't copy the entire game. Last time I checked, Pokemon didn't have guns. And last time I checked, Pokemon didn't have gliders. Like, there's tons of things that Pal World did to set it apart from Pokemon. But that's what Nintendo didn't like. They didn't like that they were improving upon the existing formula to give to all the millennials who grew up with Pokemon what they wanted, which is innovation, change. Yeah, you know what? China steals everything and creates nothing, and they're one of the most powerful economies in the world, so clearly they're doing something right.
When you essentially employ slave labor, then you can grow your economy pretty well. Not to endorse slavery.
Because the bottom line of your perspective, old fart, in the end, is that games are worse for players. So you can dress it however you want, but the bottom line conclusion, the eventual conclusion reached from your perspective is worse games for us, the players. And you can't refute that. You can tiptoe around it, but you can't take that reality away from your view of things. If we follow your view to its natural conclusion, games will never innovate, will never have improvements upon existing ideas, and us, the players, will suffer it. That's it.
Copyright to the Nintendo, it would probably cost you so much that no small developer would ever. I guess I costs.
I might have to go back to the main entrance. Let's go down that hallway that we straightened out with the arrow. We might be able to get that, at least that boss key. Simple truth is, Pal World was a net improvement on the Pokemon formula. But apparently you're not allowed to improve upon a formula. So, if a car is inefficient, you're not allowed to make it more fuel efficient. All right, we got the boss key. And now we're in a new area. I don't know how the fuck I ever figured out this dungeon as a kid, man. Alright, so that's a way back. We gotta go through here. That wasn't so bad. Oh, shit. Okay, little ones. Okay, now we go back. We will leave it at that, but I mean, what I said though is irrefutable. The bottom line is, if you condone what Nintendo did to Pal World, then you want to play worse games. Like it can't be taken away. Like you can't reason your way out of that paper bag, you know? Hello, Kikyo, how are you doing? Oh yeah, I have to... Hang on, don't I have to like change the hallway again back to its... Unless, hang on, maybe I can jump over there still. Let's find out. Maybe not. Yeah, can't I like change the layout of this hallway again? Let's try to shoot that eye and see if it reverts back to its original form. I could just teleport back. I put that little waypoint. Oh, okay, but this works anyway. There are millions of people who would say that. And you know what? They're probably under the age of 12. Because that's who those games are marketed toward these days. All the adults are playing Pal World. The simple truth is, Pal World wouldn't have blown up the way it did if it wasn't filling a need in the market. And that can't be refuted. It filled a need in the market, and then it topped Steam charts. Plain and simple. Because there was a growing need that people had to play a game like Pokemon that was made for adults, that was fun, engaging, had new themes, new mechanics, new innovations, and Nintendo tried to shut it down. And here you are kissing their boots. You can do what you want, buddy. You can do what you want, but it's an L take. All right, what are we doing here? I need to shoot the fire. Okay. Okay. Did you, by chance, vote Democrat, old fart?
Keep it in good faith. It's supposed to be a friendly debate, it's not a winning.
Yo, we're totally being friendly. We must have opened a new pathway here somewhere. Let's drop down here. Oh yeah, this is definitely where we have to be. Oh fuck. That ceiling's gonna come down on top of me. What's out here? What is that? Where is it? Hang on. What is that green? Does that mean I should play the Song of Time or something? Well, we'll try it. How slowly does it rise back up? Oh, shit. I better hang back a bit. We gotta get rid of that fucking spider. Yeah, but the simple truth is, old fart, the reason why I asked you the Democrat bit is because I presented you with evidence of Nintendo's corruption. Not just the Power World thing, okay? That pendulum can swing either way. But I've already shown you that Power World is anti-consumer on the basis of my claims regarding their expansion pass for Nintendo 64 content. You have to buy a 12-month subscription for over $100. They offer no smaller packages, very anti-consumer. You can't buy it for a month, you have to buy it for a year. You have to pay an exorbitant sum of money. They capitalize on their customers' nostalgia to do that. And I also told you, it's verifiable, that in the early days of YouTube, they were taking down people's videos for playing Nintendo games. Like, Nintendo's extremely anti-consumer, and it's even more anti-consumer to stifle your competitor in the market, because that competitor is innovating in all the ways that Nintendo won't. So, like, I've presented you with all this evidence, right? Like, it should be irrefutable, but you have this block in your head that's, like, stopping the tide of information from changing it, and it just seems like cognitive dissonance, like you're being presented with information that should, by rights, change your mind, but you don't want it to change. It's textbook cognitive dissonance. You're rejecting information that should change it, and you're not. So, like, it just, I don't know, buddy. It's not a good look. It's all I'm saying. Holy shit. I have to take out the spiders. I'm very low health now. Oh, I can shoot them from here. When the ceiling... Oh, but I can't actually aim my bow when that happens. Holy fuck. Can I, like, preemptively take them out? Because this is kind of hard. Nice. Okay, we got that at least. I really want that fucking heart over there, but I can't get it. Yeah, we can shoot the legs, the lower part of the legs. Okay. Yeah, we gotta go. Oh my god! Oh, buddy. Yeah, we gotta get that chest in there, but I don't know how safe it is. Maybe I can do it fast when the ceiling goes back up. Okay, yeah, we're good. We got arrows. I'm really low on health. What the fuck is that? Oh shit, what is this? Okay, let's try to find a heal. Oh, thank God. Okay. Oh shit. Okay. Push that up. We don't have long for this. Where does that bird go, I wonder? I don't know. Let's just get that out of the way. Move this up. Okay, we got it. Now we have to take it out. Well, then maybe my stance about patent law isn't... Well, like I said, right? My whole argument from the very beginning of this was that patenting game mechanics should not be a thing because it's anti-consumer and anti-competition. Patent law has value, I'm sure, for protecting smaller companies from larger ones who want to steal ideas. I won't doubt that. I don't doubt that. But patent law, nonetheless, irrefutably so, is being weaponized by large companies against small ones just the same to stop startups and competition. And it's being used against Palworld the same fucking way. Palworld, you could easily say they derived inspiration from Pokemon instead of saying they copied it, because a lot of stuff is different. They have different types of monsters. They do have the spheres. Yes, they throw the spheres, but I would like to remind you that Nintendo didn't patent throwing a sphere at a creature to catch it until after Palworld was already a success. So Nintendo retroactively made a patent that they could go after Palworld with after it already achieved success. That's fucking scummy. And I feel like the obvious answer is that you should buy Palworld and support Palworld and reject supporting Nintendo, because they are they're like the gaming company equivalent of a narcissistic woman who lies about being abused by her husband to put him in jail and steal his shit. Like, that Nintendo is the lowest scum of the earth denominator of game companies. They truly are. Verifiably so, evidently so. We can prove it. We can look at their track record. There's literally a paper trail on the internet confirming this, showing it, proving it. So it just feels like this put your foot down stance you have against Palworld, where you will not spend money on it. I feel like that's how you should be toward Nintendo, because you are the very customer that they would capitalize on the nostalgia of when they're selling a 12-month subscription for Nintendo 64 games for over $100. Right? If you had a nostalgic attachment to Nintendo 64 games and you wanted to pay Nintendo for the right to play them, you would need to buy their Switch, and then you would also need to pay for a 12-month subscription in order to play them. There's no 2-month option. There's no 1-month option. There's not even a 6-month option. You'd have to pay $120 for an entire year because they want to take advantage of you. Like, in the worst way possible. So I just feel like there's no universe in which Nintendo is the company that you choose to back unless you're not thinking about it and not looking at all the information. Plain and simple. Don't worry, Etienne, I didn't pay for it. I'm emulating it. I'll never give Nintendo another dime. the laws are there, just follow them is true, but laws also have to be changed like regularly in order to adapt to changes in technology and social standards, right? We like technically Trump's deportation of illegal immigrants without due process is illegal, but we changed the laws because there was an immigration crisis, and rightly so. We should do that because illegal immigrants were taking advantage of the existence of due process to just to flout the entire system, right? The thing is, laws can and should be changed when we recognize that exploitation of existing laws is taking place. Laws are what they are, but they can always be better. And when they're changed for the good of the people rather than being arbitrarily changed for the good of corporations against the people, that's a good thing. And I don't think it's healthy to support laws in their current state if they're anti-consumer, pro-mega corporation, and anti-small corporation. I don't think it's right to support laws that allow big companies to bully little ones into submission. And it came across like that was what you were doing.
And if you go back a bit, Old Fart clarifies his position about what he thinks about the laws. He's not defending Nintendo and what Nintendo is doing. He was simply pointing out that the copyright law was put in place for smaller companies. And he explains what he's talking about.
Well, I know, but what it was made to do is not what it's currently doing.
And that's fair. That is fair to say.
Who's this?
I actually think that you both agree more than you disagree. It just isn't translated.
We need one more. Wait, this isn't the door, is it? We opened a door here, and I don't know which one. There must be a signifier for who the right one is. This one. Yeah, it spins around. Okay. Nintendo made a patent in Japan that US laws would never allow, which is patenting things after others use them. Yeah, well, that's what Nintendo did. All right, Old Fart. Maybe I misinterpreted you a little bit. Yeah, well, as long as you don't defend what Nintendo did, because it seemed to me like that's what you were doing. You seemed very aggressively against Palworld. And there was one quote, I have bought Pokemon, but have not bought Palworld and will not. That seemed like a hard line stance. As though it seemed like you were almost propagandized against Palworld in favor of Nintendo, despite the existence of Nintendo's many scandals against consumers and indeed smaller competitive companies.
That is where I will check you, because that is your own projection on one simple sentence, which is very simple to misunderstand. So you were assuming what it meant, but all it could have meant was that Old Fart is simply not interested. Or that he's already tired of playing with that particular game mechanic. Many things. Don't get me wrong, I agree with your arguments. I'm just doing one thing.
Yeah, because it seemed like through the lens I was looking, Old Fart, it looked like you were trying to rationalize what Nintendo did. And that's what I had a problem with. It seemed to me that you were saying well, it's legal for them to do it, and they have a right to do it, and they should do it, because Palworld copied Pokemon. And it felt dirty to hear that, buddy. It felt really dirty to hear it. Okay, let's try to get some more arrows. Well, in the very beginning, what my argument was, Old Fart, is that patenting game mechanics is anti-consumer and produces worse games, right? Like, no other company should have a right to make a Zelda game. Totally agreed, unless they buy the rights from Nintendo and Nintendo agrees to the price. But if somebody wants to use a mechanic from a game, I feel like that's fine. Because I almost feel like, what is a mechanic of how a bicycle works? You have a propulsion system, which is the pedals, and you have the wheels, which transport you, right? By that logic, Ford Motors could have been like, you know what? I don't like the look of bicycles. So you know what? I have a patent on propulsion systems with wheels. And therefore, I don't want you, smaller company, selling your bicycles, right? And that is what it seems to me like Nintendo is doing to Palworld, is they're basically saying, okay, there's a lot of similarities here, and you're making a large portion of the market very happy. So we're gonna say that because of these similarities, you're not allowed to have a product at all. And it strikes me like mechanics are how something works. So if you stretch that too far, then the mechanics of a car are the same as the mechanics of an airplane. So technically, Ford Motors could have been like, you know what? Airplanes are mechanical driving devices, and therefore they are infringing upon my patent of the car, right? Like, that is what it is like when we patent game mechanics. Because really, all a mechanic is the way that something works. It describes the internal mechanisms that define the function of something, right? So when you patent game mechanics, it's no different than patenting, like, let's say somebody patented putting copper in an electronic. So now nobody else is allowed to put copper in an electronic device. You know what I mean? All right, well, we're almost done here. There's something over there. I don't really care much about it. We'll try to figure this out regardless. What do we do? I can move the room, I think, by pushing these. I personally think the best use of patent law would be what's in the best interest of the consumer in the end. Obviously, corporations need protections from, like, people stealing, like, their business idea. It's like we live in a world where Burger King and McDonald's are the same fucking thing, but they're both allowed to exist. So even if Palworld and Pokemon are the same fucking thing, they both deserve to exist, right? If we can have Burger King and McDonald's, then we can have Palworld and Pokemon. And then people can choose which. And then people can choose which they like best. This incentivizes the competition of lowering prices, offering better deals, having a higher quality product, right? And that's what I'm getting at, Old Fart, is that competition is ultimately pro-consumer. It allows us to have the best access possible to the service that we're looking for and to get the best iteration of it. And if we can live in a world where McDonald's and Burger King can compete with each other healthily, then I don't see why we can't live in a world where Pokemon and Palworld can compete with each other healthily. But Nintendo is shutting that shit down.
That a debate like this is it's really crazy because you can say 30 sentences before you get to see the response.
Yeah.
So it's hard to, like, it's easy to misunderstand what one party says when this is the format.
What is this? All right, we gotta keep trying to get into the boss room here. In a perfect world, patent law would protect small startups from big companies shutting them down. I think I have to find a switch that I need to shoot. Yeah, I need to gain access to that right there, so... Okay, we're just gonna keep on pushing it in the same direction then. We're gonna check every time an opening appears. I have to remember which direction I pushed it, though. Nothing here. That's the chest, which I think we already got, yeah. Wait, is there a switch in here? No, so I have to go back over here and I need to push it forward again. I need to get to that fucking switch. How do I get to that? There we go. Oh, what the fuck's up with this now? Okay, I need to keep rotating it. I probably have to, like, get 2 different switches. There's the other one. Okay. And then we have to push back this way. I think. One more time. What in the fuck? That's weird. Okay, let's keep pushing it this way then. Yeah, that switch is still pushed. We just need to find the right opening. What is that? That switch we already got. Okay, one more time. All right, take care, Etienne. We'll see you in a little bit. Hello, Ashes. Welcome, buddy. How's your day been? think we're finally, yeah, we've gained access to the boss room now. Took a while, but we figured it out. Okay, we have to try to beat Phantom Ganon. And aiming with the PS4 controller is shit, so hopefully I can still do this. Huh. What are we looking for here? There we go, that's it. Nice. Okay. Oh shit. Okay, that's a heart of damage. Oh fuck, I might die. I didn't think that would work. Okay. Holy shit. I hope we're done this soon. Nice, we got it. One heart left. Banish it to the gap between dimensions? Jesus Christ. Okay, let's go. Okay, so we got one of the medallions that we need. It's one temple done. I don't know how the fuck I ever beat that temple as a kid. I was fucking retarded as a kid. I must have had like a strategy guide or something. This fucking onion just eats out of the ground. Look at that, Zeus. It's a baby Deku tree.
Oh my goodness. You stick a face on it, it's a baby inside.
Hi there, I'm the Deku Tree Sprout. Because you and Saria broke the curse on the Forest Temple, I can grow and flourish. Thanks a lot. Right on, buddy. Hey, have you seen your old friends? None of them recognized you with your grown-up body, did they? That's because the Kokiri never grow up. Even after 7 years, they're still kids. You must be wondering why only you have grown up. Well, as you might have already guessed, you are not a Kokiri. You are actually a Hylian. I am happy to finally reveal this secret to you. Some time ago, before the King of Hyrule unified this country, there was a fierce war in our world. One day, to escape from the fires of the war, a Hylian mother and her baby boy entered this forbidden forest. The mother was gravely injured. Her only choice was to entrust the child to the Deku Tree, the guardian spirit of the forest. The Deku Tree could sense that this was a child of destiny, whose fate would affect the entire world, so he took him into the forest. After the mother passed away, the baby was raised as a Kokiri, and now, finally, the day of destiny has come. You are a Hylian, and were always bound to leave this forest. And now, you have learned your own destiny, so you know what you must do. That's right, you must save the land of Hyrule. We're just gonna gloss over the dead mother then? Like, he doesn't even tell me the name of my gravely injured mother, or like how she died or whatever, like just, you know. Now, Link, break the curses on all of the temples and return peace to Hyrule. Okay. This feels like a rather one-sided hero thing, like... My god. What are you doing, Deku Sprout? Like, come on now. Anyway, guys. I think that's it for today. We're gonna take a little break. I'm gonna pop off of the stream. I'm gonna go look for my cat Weasley, and... we'll be back tomorrow for another attempt of 7 Days to Die. And hopefully I won't make any stupid mistakes like we made today. Anyway, take care, rock on, and peace out, guys. I hope you have a good night and a wonderful sleep, and I will see you in the next one. Later.